Dillon Brooks really flew in just to watch LeBron and the Lakers fall apart from courtside. Now fans are calling it the pettiest NBA trolling moment in years as the sweep gets closer.
Rylan, was that Dillon Brooks underneath the basket?
Wow. All I could see was ice. I didn't.
Oh, you didn't see him. It was too icy. Okay.
Man, bling, bling.
Dillon Brooks did something really petty in the NBA this week. He bought a courtside ticket to a Lakers playoff game just so he could watch LeBron James up close and laugh at the situation. Even though he doesn't even play for the Thunder, he still showed up just to enjoy the moment. Cameras showed him sitting there wearing flashy chains and smiling every time the Lakers struggled. Quick question for the comments. Is this the pettiest move in recent NBA history, or has Dillon Brooks officially become the league's ultimate villain? How many people would actually pay for a courtside seat at another team's playoff game just to troll their rival? Dillon Brooks never seems to move on. He doesn't forget beef, and he doesn't let it fade with time. He holds grudges like most people hold passwords, locked in and never forgotten. And this latest moment might be one of the funniest things the NBA has given us this postseason.
The outlet on and picks up the Thunder foul.
Well, we've seen an aggressive LeBron James.
The Lakers bench looked tense, while the only person in the building who seemed calm and happy was Dillon Brooks. That he wasn't on the Lakers, wasn't on their bench, and wasn't even in the same playoff race anymore. Now with the Phoenix Suns, he still showed up in person, sitting courtside. Brooks came just to watch LeBron James and the Lakers struggle in the playoffs, looking relaxed like it was all entertainment for him from the front row.
And also, too, as we continue to talk about on all our broadcasts together, it's the team that...
That's petty on a level that takes real planning. Booking the flight, booking the hotel, getting the ticket, choosing the outfit, and making sure those iced-out chains are clearly visible for the broadcast camera. Even the smile looked prepared, ready for every bad Lakers possession. This wasn't just a fan showing up to a game. It felt like a full trolling mission, executed by someone who's been waiting a long time for this moment. And to understand it, you have to go back to where it started. Dillon Brooks and LeBron James first clashed in the 2023 playoffs. The Memphis Grizzlies were the highest seed. The Lakers were the underdogs. From that series on, Brooks made it clear he was going to make life difficult for LeBron at every turn. Trash talk, physical defense, media shots. He turned it into a full-on rivalry built around getting under the skin of a four-time MVP.
And they started making a run.
There are some people, Lakers are making that run, they get it to 14. You and LeBron have that exchange. There are people out there that say maybe you shouldn't do that with one of the better players in the game. What were you thinking?
I don't care, he's old. You know what I mean? I was waiting for that. I was expecting him to do that game 4, game 5. He wanted to say something when I got my 4th foul. Shouldn't have said that earlier on. But, I poke bears. I don't respect no one until they come and give me 40.
The most famous quote from that series still lives rent-free in Lakers fans' heads. After a game, Dillon Brooks called LeBron old and said he didn't care about him. He also said he was waiting for LeBron to come at him because he pokes bears, and that he doesn't respect anyone unless they drop 40 on him. That it was a wild press conference moment. Brooks was still a role player at the time, talking about one of the biggest stars in basketball like they were equals. Most players would never say something like that publicly. Brooks said it calmly, smiled, and walked away. The Lakers ended up winning the series in 6 games, and LeBron responded on Instagram with a famous line, "If you ever see me fighting a grizzly bear, help the bear." It was meant to be the final word, but it didn't really end there. Brooks kept the energy going. A week later, it was already being joked about online, and he still didn't step back from it. Months later, he was still taking shots, including another quote where he said LeBron likes people who bow down, and that he refuses to do that. That line spread quickly across basketball social media. Brooks has always known how to create headlines. Even when his team struggled, he stayed in the spotlight through his words and attitude. Then this postseason came. The Suns had an early exit after losing to the Thunder in the first round. Most players in that situation would head on vacation, beaches, travel, time off. But Brooks chose something different. He showed up courtside at a Lakers playoff game. just to watch LeBron and the Lakers in real time during another playoff run. Cameras caught him in the second quarter of Game 4. Iced out, relaxed, smiling, clearly enjoying every moment. Even the broadcast crew picked up on him sitting there like it was personal entertainment.
Did we just spot a villain, Kevin Harlan? Was that Dillon Brooks underneath the basket?
Wow.
All I could see was ice.
Kevin Harlan and the rest of the broadcast booth even had a quick moment where they joked about whether they had just spotted a villain sitting courtside. They couldn't help laughing, and the moment was caught live on TV. Within minutes of the second half starting, the clip was already everywhere online. From a Lakers perspective, the situation looked even worse. The Thunder were already in control of the game, already up 3-0 in the series, and already being praised league-wide for their dominance. At the same time, the Lakers were getting criticized across inside the NBA, podcasts, social media, and sports talk shows, and now, on top of all that, a former rival was sitting courtside, smiling and watching it all unfold. The Lakers weren't just losing, they were doing it in front of someone who's had this moment circled in his mind since 2023. On the court, things weren't getting any better. LeBron looked frustrated for much of the series, arguing calls, reacting to no calls, slow getting back on defense, and struggling in key fourth quarters. Game 2 ended in an 18-point loss. Game 3 saw him shoot just 36.8% from the field and score only 4 points in the fourth quarter. Now in Game 4, the Lakers were down 49-45 at halftime, with the offense once again out of rhythm. It felt like a slow build toward elimination. During Brooks' courtside moment, the broadcast crew also added some key context. They pointed out that LeBron was averaging only about 3 free throw attempts per game in the series, down from nearly 8 in the previous round against Houston. Against this Thunder defense, he simply wasn't getting to the line. The commentators explained it as Oklahoma City bringing more physicality and setting the tone early, which often influences how the entire game is officiated. And that's exactly what was happening. The Thunder were dictating the level of contact from the opening tip. It was a subtle but honest takeaway. Oklahoma City was tougher, more physical, and setting the standard in this series. They control the pace. They control how the officials call the game. The Lakers come into every matchup hoping the whistle will swing things in their favor, but in a second-round series against a team like the Thunder, that doesn't happen. The whistle usually goes to the team that plays harder, more aggressive basketball, and Brooks understands that better than most. His whole career has been built on physical defense and intensity. Now he's sitting courtside watching the Lakers run into the exact issue he's been talking about for years. The game has become more physical, and the Lakers simply aren't matching that level. LeBron's big early drives were shown on broadcast as highlights, strong finishes, contact in the paint, and fouls drawn. The commentators praised his effort, his focus, and his preparation. It was the kind of broadcast talk meant to keep energy alive in a series that already feels decided. But every time the camera cut back to Brooks sitting courtside, smiling and relaxed, it told a different story. Fans in the arena weren't happy about his presence either. Online reactions were even worse. People questioning how a known rival ended up sitting so visibly courtside. Others joking about the Lakers letting him in, and some pointing out how wild it is that his son's player flew in just to watch them struggle. In reality, there's nothing the Lakers can do about it. Brooks is a paying fan for the night. He bought the ticket, he got the seat, and he can react however he wants. No one can move him, ban him, or silence his reaction. And in a way, that's what makes it worse for the Lakers. He didn't break any rules. He just showed up and watched. This is also part of why Brooks stands out in the league. He's not a superstar or an all-NBA talent, but he's carved out a very specific identity. He's one of the most recognizable villains in basketball. Someone who stays in the spotlight not just for his play, but for the storylines he creates around himself. Drop your take in the comments and let me know who wins this rivalry long term. The Lakers are losing. Brooks is winning. The cameras don't lie. See you next time.